outside looking in. I know everything looking sweet, but there's some struggles and some pain you can't see. It's been hard on me, not to mention all them nights with no sleep, trying to figure out how the fuck we gon' eat. Now we finally eat.
For the last week, YNW Melly's lawyers in the courtroom have been pushing the judge and demanding the Florida rapper's release. YNW Melly is requesting to leave jail immediately to treat an abscess in his teeth due to his permanent diamond grill. It was reported that YNW Melly is unable to properly clean his teeth and allegedly does not have access to a regular toothbrush or dental floss inside of the jail. Many believe this is just a tactic to get YNW Melly released from jail, as there's been countless delays in his trial. It's been rumored the YNW Melly trial will not begin for over 3 months due to news of the penalty being taken off of the table against Melly, as YNW Melly's latest trial date was delayed after a massive update in the case was released. As on July 6th, new paperwork was released revealing YNW Melly will no longer be facing the penalty within his court case. The reasoning was due to sloppy paperwork by the feds and the court system, resulting in the penalty being dropped, which is a massive win for YNW Melly. Then also reports of very good defenses coming out from YNW Melly's side with his lawyers, as Melly's mom wrote to Instagram saying the penalty has officially been removed from YNW Melly's case. Thank you, Jesus. Hashtag Free Melly 2022. Now, with the trial beginning soon, the courtroom are starting to see the defenses from YNW Melly's side, making prosecutors believe they may not have enough evidence to sentence YNW Melly to life in prison. Just as 100K Track, otherwise known as YNW Melly's manager, said this in an interview with DJ Academics, as he stated this.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent, because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you Melly DNA was found in the car. You're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car, he did it. Okay, but you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying, you don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
Now, if YNW Melly's defense team has done as good as a job as sources claim, YNW Melly could be released from jail within the next 3 months, as his trial is set to start again soon. However, sources are claiming that the YNW Melly dental emergency is just a tactic to have the rapper released from jail, due to many issues inside of his jail cell block. After his recent court hearing, YNW Melly was transported back to the county jail, as sources claim that people from YNW Melly's cell block was awaiting his arrival back to his jail cell. Once arriving to his cell, sitting inside on his bed for roughly 30 minutes, an altercation occurred between YNW Melly and another rapper named Rico Reckless, as YNW Melly's official Twitter account put out this statement saying, "To all my loved ones and close friends, I want to let everyone know that my phone privilege have been revoked and I'm no longer allowed to call or have video visitation. That is the reason why no one has received any calls from me. But do not worry, I am in great spirits." Now, this is just weeks before YNW Melly's trial was supposed to begin, although it was delayed due to the penalty being taken off of the table, as we even then started seeing reports being released saying YNW Melly being placed into solitary confinement after getting into an altercation inside of jail with another rapper named Rico Reckless from Chicago, Illinois. They are both awaiting their trials to begin. Now, YNW Melly inside of jail has allegedly always been an issue with newer inmates, as YNW Melly is a very famous and popular music artist, rocking his diamond grill inside of jail. Allegedly, a lot of newer inmates that come into his jail cell block try to test YNW Melly, trying to build some jail credit for themselves and showing everyone in the jail cell block they are not afraid of anyone. This is now, though, resulting in his lawyers trying everything possible to have the rapper released from jail, as ever since the release of his new evidence files, YNW Melly has been running into countless issues with inmates inside of jail, as a very important part of being in jail is having people trust you and respect you. With the new evidence I'm about to share, revealing YNW Melly could allegedly be guilty of the passing of YNW Juvie and Sack Chaser proves that YNW Melly isn't loyal to his best friends. Now fast forward to the latest YNW Melly court hearing. At this hearing, a new court order stating, ordered and adjudged that defendant's motion to suppress evidence obtained from T-Mobile warrant is hereby denied, was released. YNW Melly's lawyers originally filed a motion asking the judge to make all of the evidence on YNW Melly provided from T-Mobile unusable in the courtroom, as the evidence provided to law enforcement from T-Mobile is massive in this case, as YNW Melly's cell phone revealed most of the evidence in this court case. In the evidence files, it states, these particular cell phones, which were both iPhone 10s, were on the T-Mobile network. And so T-Mobile has a very interesting feature where it will tell you the environment the cell phone is in. So from these cell phone records, I can tell you the exact moment demons got out of the car and staged the drive-by location. Also on YNW Melly's cell phone, they found a video on it. The evidence reports says, and I quote, then also, we have a video of Mr. Demons admitting to doing an act towards two individuals in the head. This video was on Mr. Demon's cell phone, which was brought to my office by Jameson Francis. That's how we had that, and that is all of the evidence that Your Honor has. Allegedly on YNW Melly's cell phone was a 15-second long video of somebody recording YNW Melly, with him admitting to doing the act towards Sack Chaser and Juvie while doing hand motions of him using a firearm. This then leads into the last piece of concerning evidence provided from T-Mobile. On YNW Melly's cell phone was a set of Instagram DMs revealing concerning evidence. Now, law enforcement noticed that YNW Melly revealed in his Instagram DMs practically a confession. YNW Melly was having a conversation with an Instagram burner account 4 hours after the incident. Just as the passing of YNW Sack Chaser and Juvie was hitting news headlines, Complex stated a new piece of evidence saying there is one Instagram exchange that took place hours after the passings, which was obtained by Complex via a public records request. In it, Melly's Instagram account says, I did that, in one message, followed 2 minutes later by another message saying, shh. Now, the timing of these Instagram DMs is being used by the state to make the case that those messages amount to an admission by YNW Melly of his guilt, as a few messages later, the man YNW Melly was speaking with messages Melly once again, telling him, hey, there is a Sig 9 on the market, as YNW Melly replied to this message saying, I want it. Now, these Instagram DMs were sent to this mystery man only 4 hours after the incident, as 4 hours before the DMs, at roughly 3:30 a.m., YNW Melly was leaving a recording studio with YNW Bortland, Sack Chaser, and Juvie. The four rappers hopped inside of their Jeep and then started exiting the recording studio parking lot. As seen on video surveillance, YNW Bortland was the driver of the vehicle. Meanwhile, YNW Melly hopped in the seat behind him, leaving Sack Chaser and Juvie both on the opposite side of the car. While driving home, YNW Bortland was driving the vehicle on a back street. He then drove the vehicle into a side parking lot that was completely empty. According to GPS evidence, YNW Melly's vehicle sat in park inside of this driveway for roughly 30 minutes, where law enforcement believe that YNW Bortland caused a distraction inside of the vehicle. Meanwhile, YNW Melly did the act towards both Sack Chaser and Juvie in the car.
On the outside looking in, I know everything looking sweet, but it's some struggles and some pain you can't see. It's been hard on me, not to mention all them nights with no sleep, trying to figure out how the fuck we gon' eat. Now we find